Hello, I'm Christian DuPont, the Burns Librarian and Associate University Librarian for Special Collections here at Boston College. The Burns Library was created during a renovation of this building, Boston College's original library building here on the Chestnut Hill campus, in 1986, shortly after O'Neill Library was constructed. And the renovation took the north end of the building here with our fabulous Ford Tower, which maybe you've read about recently in Boston College magazine, and created a place that was really state-of-the-art for keeping and preserving our rare books and manuscript collections, and then also exhibit spaces, reception spaces, and teaching spaces where we can share our collections with students. When people ask me about Burns Library and what we collect here, I'd say there really are two pillars to our collection. One, built around our Jesuit Catholic heritage, and then our Irish collections, which center on Boston College's long Irish history, which really goes back to the foundations of BC, and something that's being, of course, celebrated in Dublin around this football match, right? And it was really through the 1940s, 50s, when Ireland was becoming a republic, that here our librarians, my predecessors, decided to create special collections around Ireland. And in fact, the first curator, Helen Landreth, was hired just as Ireland was becoming officially a republic in 1949, and there was a big exhibition held here. And that really helped to stimulate the growth of Irish collections, initially in Irish history, and then later with my predecessor, Bob O'Neill, around Irish literature. One of the more moving manuscript collections that we have in Burns Library is an archive of letters, correspondence from a family in Ireland, the family of James and Elizabeth Pendergrast, whose several children, 6 children, came to the United States in the 1840s and 50s during the famine era in Ireland. I often get asked, what are the earliest printed books in your collection? I'm holding one of them right now. This one printed in 1472, so not even 20 years after Gutenberg first printed his Bible. This book was also printed in Germany, but the text is probably the first text written by an Irish author to ever be printed. The author goes back to the 12th century. It was a knight, Tundel, and who collapsed from a 3-day vision of hell and purgatory and paradise. Sounds a lot like Dante. In fact, it was 100 and some years before Dante had his vision that led him to write the Divine Comedy. So what we have before us now is an award that was presented to Tip O'Neill, former Speaker of the House, of course, whose archives are here with us at Burns Library. And so this is one of the objects that were presented with the collection of his personal papers. This is a sculpture, of course, done in bronze by an Irish artist named Oisin Kelly. It's the bell of St. Patrick with a bird of peace on top. This is from 1978. It was presented to him by the American Ireland Fund. In the Burns Library, we collect not only Irish history and literature, but also Irish music, traditional music. And we have, in fact, the papers, the personal papers of several prominent musicians, including Mary O'Hara, a wonderful Irish harpist. And in fact, here we have a harp that was made for her by Henry Briggs of Scotland.